Okay, here's the video where I am reviewing everything. So I'm gonna try not to make this video as long. It's gonna be hard though, because there's a lot of crap from the laptop. But I have one pile over here that is all like computer stuff, and then over here, which is pretty much just like frames and stuff, structures. All right, so I guess we'll start with the less interesting pile, the structures. This was the stuff that under the motherboard, the casing, well, it's not the casing. So here was part of the screen. It was the screen thing. This thing was a pain in the A. I had to pry this thing open to actually get the screen because those screws are just so bad. This was also part of the screen. It was one of the things holding it on the bottom. Oh, this was lead pipe. Yeah, and I actually Googled how much lead is safe, and a milligram a day they say is safe, so that should be good. Right here was the protective cover on the back, and it's actually a Samsung panel. Yeah, they used a Samsung screen. This was holding another back panel for it. It's like little, I think it's aluminum, thin aluminum or whatever. Here was the lid, top of the lid screen. You know that. Right here was the frame, the screen. I'm actually going to try to cut that Dell logo out, I think. Or I might just use the screen. Here was where the trackpad was. Yeah, that was the inside frame there. Here was the outside frame. Yep, right there with the speakers and stuff, and then all the stickers. Here was another thing below the motherboard. That might have been where the battery was. Oh no, this one is where the battery was. This was under the video graphics chip. It was like maybe it was like a heatsink or whatever. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, that's right. It had like that on it. This, I'm not sure if that was anymore. Oh, this was the DVD drive, and they used a Samsung DVD drive as well. CD rewritable DVD drive. This was part of the structure on the sides. This was part of the screen hinge. This is also part of the sides. Oh, this was the plate for the DVD drive. Right here was actually the code bus slot, and actually I didn't know that, but right above it was where the hard drive sat. This is another plate or something. This is also part of the structure on the sides. Oh, this was part of the CD drive. And then, yeah, there's two of them each side. Here was the heatsink. Right here, and this was why it got so hot. I don't know. I guess it always got really hot with this. I'm not sure why. I guess it was just a really hot CPU. Here was where that fan was. This covered that fan. Here was obviously part of the CD drive. This is just plastic, but yeah. Oh, this was where the battery sat. This was part of the battery. It wasn't part of the battery, but it was part of where it sat. Right here was also part of the DVD drive that came off. This was also part of the DVD drive. Right here was one of the covers for the RAM. Yeah, so right here was another one of those covers. It doesn't really say anything, just the patience of the Dell. Yes, this was on top of the CPU. Oh, this was, what was this? I can't remember. It looks like something the hard drive sit in there. Oh, this is part of the DVD drive as well. Here's the ribbon cable. Yeah, and actually, the drive was actually all contained in here. The only reason they made this was because the disc actually had to fit. This is also part of the DVD drive. So were these rods here. Oh, and this was part of the eject mechanism for the DVD drive. Oh, also right here for the DVD drive. Same thing here. Oh, right here. This was for the screen. Do not touch white tape, sensitive area. And then here was part of the screens. Oh, you know, all the layers in those screens. Right there. This one's actually really cool. It's like, yeah, that's actually pretty cool. Yeah. This one's like a clear. Oh, it's another one of those. There's two like color filters. Alright, now we can put all this aside. Throw that out a little bit. Alright, now we're looking at kind of the more interesting side with all the computer parts. Okay, so here are the wires for the display. And then like the display little inverter, I think it is. I'm not sure though. So, yeah. What was this? I don't know. But I remember this one being more later in the video. I'm not sure what it is though. Oh, this was for the display. Right here. This was one of the display chips, and this was actually what the white tape was covering up. All these little tabs. And yep, it's a Samsung there. Oh, here are the speakers. Actually try to salvage those, I guess. I'm not sure for what. Maybe a little something. I don't know. Alright, here was the phone jack. And then this went to the modem. Oh, this was actually the Wi-Fi antenna for that WLAN thing that was in there, even though it never worked. Here is the trackpad. On the back there, there's the trackpad. Here was, I'm not sure, dang it. Oh, this is the power button. Power button and info button. Okay, so, and then, I think this, oh yeah, no, that's part of the Wi-Fi antenna too. Right, here's the 30 gigabyte hard drive. Try to use that, I guess, once I get a laptop. An actual good one. Alright, here's the motherboard. This is where lots of things happen. Right there's where the CPU is held. There's like a bunch of intercooling on that little chip. I'm not sure what that was for, but yeah. Broadcom, is that a modem as well or something? I don't know. It's a Broadcom. Oh, here was all the most of the inputs in the back as well. Charging, TV out, USBs, and then the VGA was actually held in by the frame. Actually, I just threw that over here, didn't I? Oh, I don't know where the VGA went, but it was being like really struggles, being a pain to get out, so I just had to rip it off. Alright, there's the Firewire. Ethernet that never worked, really. Well, it did work once upon a time when my uncle had it, but... Here's the keyboard. I'm gonna get all those keys off. But, yep, there's the keyboard. Right here was the RAM. Right here was 4 chips. This was 256 megabytes. Yep, right there, 256 megabytes. A DDR, 266 megahertz. 2.5. Then here was the second stick. Oh, this one was only 128. Oh, because it doesn't have the ones in the back. I'm sure you could upgrade that, though. But yeah, so it had 512 megs. What? How did it have 512 megs if this was only 128? I have no idea. Anyway, here was the... It's really bad with all that heat sinking stuff, but right here's the Pentium 4. It feels really good, actually, on the back. All those pins. Feels really good. Right here was the WLAN thing that looks like if it was... Come on, I don't want to zoom in, I want to focus. Alright. Frick if... Okay, there. Yeah, it was never really working. I don't think. Broadcom? That might have been like the chip on the motherboard, too. I don't know what the heck. Here was the battery. You don't know. Can't really take that apart, but... Alright, going over here now. Here was the fan for the heatsink. Part of the DVD drive reader laser. DVD drive spinner. Right here was the video graphics chip. Mobility Radeon 7500. Here was like some stuff for the DVD drive. Wire. Oh, and this was inside the DVD drive. This must have been like part of the DVD drive. I've taken DVD drives apart before, so. Of my Xbox 360 that was broken, I took that apart and it was pretty much the same stuff. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna go get most of this in the trash, except this, keeping this. I'm pretty I'll probably keep the battery. Maybe later in life I'll take all the cells out and make something out of it. I guess maybe I'll keep the RAM. I'll have to think of that. Keep the fan for maybe like a little fan thing. Keep the 2 fans. But other than that, pretty much all of this is... Oh, and the speakers, obviously. But other than that, all of this is going to be... Oh, wait. And like this stuff. Though I have all the stickers on. But other than that, all of this crap right here is going in the trash. And... Oh, wait. Up here's the 2 things. Now, I did actually... I'll take it over here to the window, but... I actually broke this when taking it apart, as you can see. I don't know if you can see, because it doesn't really show good. I can't see it, but it's quite messed up, to say the least. I actually can do a drop test of that. Same thing with the backlighting plexiglass. Drop that too. But, yeah. So then, most of that's going to go in the garbage. And then, yeah. Anyway, just see ya.